I feel the need to set the table. Sometimes as a host, it's my job to table set. It was just at this very, I believe, this actual moment 1 week ago, fresh off of the Steelers making the playoffs after that long Sunday, improbable playoff run to make that Sunday even possible. Diehard Steeler fan Joe Manganiello was on the program in advance of taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And I spoke to him about this matchup. And sometimes I like to, stir the pot a little bit.
You?
But I didn't expect the response, to be very honest with you. It was too good to be true. Go for it. Roll it, please. I'm assuming you and Stonestreet are tight through your wife, right? So how is that working for next Sunday night for Steelers Chiefs? How are we working this one? Joe?
I don't know. I really don't talk football with him. It's one of those things where, it's kind of like nouveau riche versus old money.
Wow!
We've been there, done that. We wear it a little differently. You know what I mean? To somebody who just comes out of nowhere and starts winning. So there's a bit of a difference in how we carry ourselves.
Like a Rolex versus Richard Mille, kind of.
Oh my!
Nothing wrong with the Richard Mille. I'll say that much.
Of course not. Just saying.
But I'm just saying, that would be more like a diamond-encrusted Breitling or something,
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a better answer than I could have ever imagined. And that elicited a response, a statement, actually. A statement released by Eric Stonestreet through his attorney, Mitchell Pritchett. Of course, that all set the stage for the actual football being played. And the Kansas City Chiefs, despite falling down 7-0 with a defensive touchdown put on the board by the, I believe, future Defensive Player of the Year, T.J. Watt. It all went Kansas City's way after that. And joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show after all that is the two-time Emmy Award winner and friend of the program, Eric Stonestreet. Did I set the table properly, Eric, for this appearance?
Well, yeah, you did, Rich. And hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well.
What's up, Eric? Hey,
you neglected to say what my statement in response was, which was, the Kansas City Chiefs are a future looking program, and we have our eyes firmly set on the task at hand on Sunday and the future of the organization, which is why we'll have no further comment on the game last night. It's in the past, and we won, and now we're moving on to the Buffalo Bills.
Well, actually, we do have the statement on the screen now. You did say, your attorney said, Mr. Stonestreet is looking forward to the upcoming biopic Big Ben starring 75-year-old actor Ed O'Neill in the title role.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had to, look, I had to get a couple little things in there. And,
You also quoted Thomas Jefferson and the great Gianni Versace. I mean, it was really it was virtuoso. Yeah. The whole thing, soup to nuts.
We put the Gianni Versace in for Joe and his Italian lineage.
Oh my gosh! So I'm wondering, who gets more delight, since you're a diehard lover of the Chiefs, but even particular offensive line play, to see the thick six, as it's now being known in the NFL, when a big man scores a touchdown. If that delighted you the most out of the Sunday night victory.
Well, it was phenomenal. When he checked in, Lindsay was sitting next to me. I have it on video. I said, babe, don't watch anyone but number 73 right here.
Okay.
Just keep your eyes on 73. And, did you get the pictures I sent you earlier?
I did indeed. We have them already. Figured you might want to go in that direction. Go for it.
Yeah. So 1994, Joe Valerio scores a tackle-eligible touchdown from Joe Montana against the San Francisco 49ers. A 19-year-old Eric is in the second row season tickets that my dad bought me. And there you'll see the picture on the screen of Joe Valerio scoring that touchdown. And right behind Joe Valerio, if you zoom in a green polo, I have no idea why I was wearing that, and a black Chiefs hat, there I am cheering on the tackle-eligible touchdown. Last night, Nick Allegretti checks into the game. I tell Lindsay, do not take your eyes off 73.
Yes.
He even fooled me when he threw down what you say is the future defensive player of the NFL. Shucked him like a sack of potatoes. Went in the end zone, caught the touchdown. Unbelievable. Lindsay looked at me like I was the prognosticator of all prognosticators. She's like, you totally just called that. And I'm like, yeah, 100%. So it was quite a full circle moment for me last night to have the same view, same corner of the end zone that Joe Valerio scored one of his 4 touchdowns in Kansas City. Nick Allegretti picked it up last night. Unbelievable moment. It was great. Look, we had a tight end catch a touchdown, a wide receiver catch a touchdown, a running back catch a touchdown pass, an offensive lineman catch a touchdown pass, and we had a tight end throw a touchdown pass. I'd say it was a pretty good offensive night.
Soup to nuts, man. I'll tell you what, Eric, the guy who I would be excited about the most is Jerick McKinnon. It looks like they've got themselves somebody that is another weapon that provides a matchup problem for a defense that already has enough of that to deal with on their plate with everybody else coming at them with Mahomes.
You know, it's fresh legs, and Jerick's always been a good player when he's healthy, and he's got fresh legs right now. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and, you know how I'm a homer, but I'm just going to go ahead and chalk this one up to Brett Veach again because, you know, Veach, everything's calculated, right? And Coach Reed and him, they know what they're doing. And I met Jerick during training camp when I was up there doing Randy Reed. He was the guy I was working with on the ladder drill. Hot coals got a whiz, hot coals got a whiz. Great guy, awesome dude.
Yes.
And like you, I'm like, well, when's Jerick going to get the ball? It's like, well, now we know when Jerick's going to get the ball and he just steps in and he reminded me of Jamal Charles out there.
That's a huge heaping spoonful of praise right there.
I
That's
mean, the way
sure.
he hits the hole and then moves. I mean, he looked a little like Jamal in my opinion.
And you got a Kansas State guy to root for now too. I mean, you must be out of your mind with Pringle and everything else going like this. So
let me tell you about Byron Pringle.
Go for it.
Byron Pringle is a pro's pro. I mean, the guy does, from what I understand, everything they ask him to do, and he just stands on the sideline screaming, I would die to do this. I would die to do this. Like, he loves the game of football. He is an exceptional young man. Like, he is the most infectious personality, the greatest smile. Of course, he went to Kansas State, has the cutest little kids. He's a great follow on Instagram. His kids are so adorable. I am so happy for Byron Pringle because he is he is an example of work ethic, being a likable partner in a relationship, you know, doing what you're asked to do. And then he's getting better, man. They're giving him more opportunities, and that sluggo route that he ran last night was perfection.
Eric Stonestreet here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so your level of concern moving forward is what? What do you got for me?
Well, listen, here's the deal, man. Buffalo's a great team. They're a great team. The best game before the Super Bowl is next Sunday night at Arrowhead. The best matchup, the two best teams are meeting next Sunday at 5:30 at Arrowhead. I will be there. And you know what? I can't take anything away from Buffalo. I love Josh Allen. I love him.
He is exactly the type of football player I'd want my quarterback to be.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I love him.
If it's not Mahomes. If I didn't already have Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I mean,
I'm in the same position. He's my choice if we don't have Patrick Mahomes. So, you know, look, as a fan, my worry has to do more with being a Chiefs fan my whole life. I was worried going into last night's game. I mean, because I'm not in control of anything. I don't have the knowledge of knowing the matchups like Coach Reed and everybody else knows. So I'm always worried. But look, Buffalo's a tough match. I mean, New England did not play well. I know Brockman will like me saying that. They did not play well.
They sucked.
So I don't think the score was a true reflection. But I mean, Buffalo's incredible. I mean, if we play like we played last night, they play like they played last night, the advantage goes to us, I think, slightly just because of home field.
What's the spread like in your suite? What's it like?
Oh,
what do you got there?
I do just like we just do like normal stadium food. I'm not a fancy football guy, so we always have chili, we always have nachos.
Got it.
We always have some kind of a hot dog, brat, kraut, a chicken wing usually. No sweets, a lot of soda, a lot of pop.
Okay.
A lot of
so you don't bring any of your own. You don't bring your own what brisket?
Brisket.
You don't bring any of that.
Well, they don't let you do that.
Come on.
They don't let you do that. That's one of the funny things about Arrowhead is like they're proud of the food they serve in those suites. Let me tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, but you could sneak in a pork butt in a backpack. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'll tell you this. I did sneak in my own jalapenos this year.
No, all right. So that's a gateway. That's a gateway.
Start.
That's a gateway food to the bigger stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You know?
I packed. I love these this brand sliced jalapenos, so I packed some in my coat one game. I made somebody else walk in with them though in case I got caught. I was like, I can't get caught.
Fall guy. You had a food fall guy at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
It's not your first rodeo. It's not Eric Stonestreet's first rodeo. Okay. So
it was a great night. I was nervous, but I was just like, wow, I guess we decided we wanted to score touchdowns.
I mean, look, that's the thing I'm loving about the finale of divisional playoff weekend, right? Is that the Chiefs did what they did. I mean, they took that playbook and busted it wide open after a first quarter where the Steelers defense was definitely effective, to say the least. Okay, and they got what they needed, which was a defensive score to start things off. And then they busted that playbook open and then busted the Steelers over the head with it and took care of business. And the Bills just had the first ever every possession being a touchdown, no possession ending in anything but a touchdown in the history of the NFL. It's lit. The stage is set. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
for this
the
one.
stage is set. It's the best matchup is next Sunday night at Arrowhead. I think Cincinnati has a good chance of beating Tennessee in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Cincinnati comes to Arrowhead for the AFC Championship if we're fortunate enough to get past Buffalo. Cincinnati certainly does not do what they did to us again.
Now I'm mandated to ask you what happens on the NFC side. What do you think happens there?
Yep.
What do you think happens
there?
Well,
I would like Kansas City Green Bay Super Bowl for nostalgic purposes.
Yes, in Los Angeles.
But you know me, I would also like my shot at Mr. Brady again.
Be careful what you wish for. Be careful
what
you wish for.
I hate how much I love that guy. I do.
Be careful.
I do.
Be careful, Eric. And so, again, knowing how diehard a fan you are and that you know that things need to be one at a time and you need to take care of business and you don't want to upset football gods, have you already reached out to the goods, RG, for a spot should the Chiefs make the Super Bowl? Or does he already know that there's your Stonestreet +1 at least for that thing? Does he already know that?
Look,
is that unsaid?
He unfortunately made a deal with the devil when he invited me to the Super Bowl years ago.
Yes.
And I said I would not go until the Chiefs are in it, and I meant every time the Chiefs are in it. So he knows.
You sure? Did you read the fine print? Did you? You need to read the fine print. You know.
He knows that I will come a calling. But listen, here's the deal. I learned pretty early on that AFC Championship game where I thought we were going to the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady took care of that.
Yes.
I was with Roger, and I was getting pretty emotional and excited, and he was the one that was like, "You need to win the game. Don't go there yet." Like he was.
So great.
He was measured. he kept me down. So I don't contact him until it's time.
He's seen a few games. He's seen a few games. All right, last one for you, since we brought him up before, and I adore him. How is Ed O'Neill doing? Did you talk to him?
Oh my gosh, he's great.
What do you got for me?
He's great.
What do you got for me? Anything? Anything good?
Yeah. He texted me the other night, Eric, because I got him hooked on these steaks from Kansas City. Great little plug here. Veteran-owned business called Kansas City Cattle Company.
Very good.
Veteran-owned, veteran-operated. Great steaks, the best. I'll send you some, Rich.
Okay.
But I got Ed onto him. I gave them to him for Christmas last year. And this is so classic Ed O'Neill. So I send him a box of steak, right? 2 weeks later, the guys from Kansas City Cattle Company called me, and they were like, we just got off a 45-minute conversation with Ed O'Neill. And this is a small little cattle company in, like, Weston, Missouri. And I was like, what? And they said, yeah, he just called the number on the receipt of the steak, and wanted to talk to us, and we had a 45-minute conversation with him about meat and TV and football and everything else. What a great guy. I'm like, that's Ed O'Neill.
That is Ed O'Neill.
I mean, that's him. Anyway, so this week before the game, he's like, Eric, I'm thinking about cooking something up for the Steelers game. How would you recommend I do one of these Casey Cattle Company sirloins?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, so I sent him an audio text back. You know how you press and hold of how I would do it.
Yes.
And then he just simply wrote, beautiful, butterfly. That's what I'll do. I'll butterfly it. So then I start getting pictures of the preparation of the butterfly of the sirloin. And then I guess right as he's ready to cook it, he texts me and he goes, Eric, that audio message you sent me has disappeared from my phone. I can't find it anywhere where you tell me what to do with the garlic and the oil and the butter.
You got to hit keep. You didn't hit keep.
Well, I had anticipated this, so I did keep it. I kept it and saved it and then just sent it back to him, and he goes, how did you do that? How did you just do that? Oh, he's literally literally the greatest of all time.
He is, man. He is. I would love to see.
He was watching the game last night, eating a sirloin steak, and then he was going to make a sandwich out of the leftovers. And he's excited to come to Kansas City sometime. I wish I could get him here. I mean, I wish I could get him here to a game. He loves Patrick Mahomes. He's just so
who doesn't?
With it.
And I just love that he roots for the Steelers, even though Chuck Noll cut him in 1969. But I guess it started his stupendous career, so there's no hard feelings. You know, I love that. Unbelievable.
But I'm excited, man.
Okay.
You know, Rich, like if
Yes,
you would have, if 19-year-old me in that picture that you put up, or hopefully you put up for people to see.
We did. Oh yeah. We got it. Go for it.
Knew that the game of all games would be at Arrowhead, and that I would be there, and we would be playing for, potentially another Super Bowl. Like, my football dreams are coming true thanks to Coach Reed, Patrick Mahomes, Brett Beach, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, this is all a diehard fan ever wants, is a chance to be the team that people talk about. And that's where we are. I'm so happy.
I guess.
I love everything about my football life.
And then right now, the 50-year-old Eric Stonestreet would be asking the 19-year-old why you were in the green shirt to Arrowhead?
I can only think it was just pure fashion.
It was the only clean thing, maybe? Because I remember when I was 19, you just wore whatever was clean.
I think it was me being like the lady death protest too much. I need to just rock a green polo, khaki pants, brown woven belt, maybe some desert boots, and then I'll just throw it in a hint of my fandom on my hat. But now, as you know, I'm Lindsay, embarrassingly has to admit, Chief stuff is basically all I wear. Like, it's just cool.
I know you sent me that text of you just winking at the at your camera last night, and I showed that to my wife. I showed it to Susie. She goes, "You wore that to the game." I'm like, I think that's what he wears all the time. You know.
Yeah, that's all I mean, I look like the coaching staff.
You're Randy Reed. Thanks for the time, Eric. You're the best, brother. You take care of yourself.
All right, enjoy.
We'll chat soon. There you go.
It's going to be a tough game. We're looking forward to the matchup.
All right, there you go. That's Eric Stonestreet, the nouveau riche Eric Stonestreet, when the money gets spent no matter what. Right there.
Jalapeno Fall Guy. That's what he's
Jalapeno Fall Guy. Write that down. That's a great fantasy team name. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.